Chad's with deep, going deep. Chad and JT.
All right, well, let's sizzle up the pancakes and let's slap my ass. What's going on, Stokers of Stoke Nation? This is Chad Kroger coming in with the Going Deep with Chad and JT podcast. I'm here with my compadre, Jean Thomas. What up?
Boom clap, Stokers.
And, dude, so, it's coming soon.
I mean, it should already be here. It should have already happened. And my lady is impatient about it.
Yeah.
She's still, dude, she's a trooper. She's a warrior. I got to be honest, dude. I was a little arrogant about the whole thing, like about how hard it was to be pregnant. I thought maybe that was an inflated conversation point in civilization.
Mm-hmm.
I have to say, now that I have been through the entire process, but still haven't even seen the hardest part yet, dude, it looks fucking tough. I'm glad I don't have to do it. My chick is a fucking soldier.
Yeah.
She's tough as dude. She's still fun to be around, even though she's
cool.
even though she's got 2 watermelons inside her stomach. But she's ready to be done, and she's having some early contractions. So, you know, it could go down mid pod. I only live like 5 minutes from where we record, so I can just drive home and take her to the hospital, and we can make this thing happen.
Wait, so we talked about this earlier today. So early contraction, that's a sign that it's starting.
It's a sign that it's starting. Yes.
Okay.
So we are early labor. I think is how
far
it's
apart
defined.
are they?
Good cue. I think we're about 20 minutes apart right now, but it's sporadic. It could even be longer. Sometimes it could be shorter. Sometimes.
That's crazy.
It is.
Does
crazy.
it hurt when they're early?
It looks like it hurts a lot.
Damn.
It looks like it hurts a lot. But you don't go to the hospital until it hurts unbearably.
Yeah.
So tough it out.
What if your son is born, because you have a son and a daughter being born.
Yeah.
What if your son, if it is just exactly your face?
That's what my girlfriend was saying today. She's like, he's going to have like bushy eyebrows. And I was like, good. Dude, I'll be stoked. That would also allay any of my concerns that it was somebody else's kid. So,
dude, that's huge.
They typically look more like their dad right out of the womb and then start to convert either way after that. So as an evolutionary imperative, you know, like look like the dad so he doesn't leave.
Right, because like when a male lion moves in with a new gal, if she's already got kids, he kills all the kids.
Yep.
Oh, he does?
Yeah, like how great are humans? I know so many great stepdads who like stepped up and like love those kids as if they were their own, get along well with the original father and just like make it work. You don't see a lot of that in nature. Like a lion will be like, nah, fuck these kids. We're starting over fresh.
I had a stepdad. I had an almost stepdad one time who was very sort of a nature guy. He like was a scientist in the jungle, you know, was always studying biology. And like my mom was, you know, he proposed to my mom and he's like, on one condition, I need to kill all of your kids. And so my mom thankfully stepped up and made the right decision to keep us alive. But he was basically like, he had us at gunpoint. He was like, if you want me, then you gotta say later to this.
That's tough, dude.
Yeah.
He was a handsome guy, he had a good gig, exciting.
He's like a nature guy, good beard, he's jacked.
But your mom's loyalty was to you.
Yeah, but I was sitting there. I was like, Mom, honestly, I kind of get it. Like this guy is manly as hell.
Do you?
Yeah, you know those guys. You know, like those lumberjacks on TikTok, just jacked.
Yeah. What is that? Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. What are you doing? I don't know, dude.
No,
I don't know, bro. I mean, I guess, but like, I mean, I get it, but like, are they one of the boys?
I mean, this guy, I watched this one guy just because I'm like, I see him, I'm like, he's jacked, it's good for him. But the attitude he has when he's splitting wood, I'm not that into it.
That's my thing is I don't want to be just drinking like, you know, being a hater, being like, oh, fuck this like handsome dude who swings axe.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, I'm not against that. I think it's my instinct to actually be pretty psyched on that.
Yeah.
So there's something about the way they're doing it that's making me turn the other way. And it's that they're doing it so much blatantly for chick attention. It's so thirsty.
Yeah.
It's so, there's no like, we used to like not let dudes do that. Like the boys would be like, bro,
yeah,
we know you're hot, we know women like you, but like, just downsize it a bit.
I don't think he's one of the boys.
He's not one of the boys.
He's not one of the boys.
Which is fine. You still be my dog, but you're not one of the boys.
The way he splits wood, dude, he'll be hitting it and be like, yeah, you bitch. Oh, yeah, fuck you.
Does he really do that?
Yeah.
Oh, I kind of like that. Oh, so this
you
guy
like
sounds
that?
cool.
No,
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Okay, I fucking hate that guy.
I don't like
No,
it.
that guy's a bitch.
No, I don't like it.
Can I see him? Pull him up.
I don't know his account. He just pops
Sure,
up
yeah,
on my
yeah, right.
bro.
Yeah.
He just pops up on my FYP.
Dude, I know, same, bro.
Just like my phone's like, I heard you talking about big biceps and stuff. I'm gonna serve this up.
Yeah, because like I'm like, dude, like you swing axe, you chop wood. It's good stuff, but like, I don't know.
Well, he's not. Here's one thing that's for sure. He's not building a cabin.
No, and if he is, it's like so artisanal, and it's like meant to be photographed for like some kind of
It's glamping.
digestive magazine. Yeah, and then like Clint Eastwood wouldn't.
No. Yeah.
All right, speaking of that stuff, dude, I was thinking we could do this because I bet you haven't, and I haven't either. So I don't mean anything by that, but that is my bet. Have you listened to "Try That in a Small Town" by Jason Aldean?
No, I've never even listened to Jason Aldean.
And so you know this song is like, it's a big controversy now, right?
No.
Okay, good. So I'm catching you up. Okay, Jason Aldean, big country singer. I guess he makes this song called "Try That in a Small Town," and it's about how small town values like might be under attack. I'm guessing right now,
Right.
and I don't want to color your expectations too much. So it's a big hit on country music television, but some people perceive it as xenophobic, and then they take it off the air.
Right.
Now, granted, I have not read a single article about this, so I might have everything wrong. But I was thinking I could play the song, and then if Jake, when you edit this, skip through it if it's a copyright issue, and then we can react to it. You want to do that?
Yeah.
Aaron, do you know anything about this thing?
No, just I saw some of the response to it, but never.
You hate this guy.
I'm not a fan.
There it is. All right, here we go.
Sucker punch somebody on a sidewalk, carjacking old lady at a red light, pull a gun on the
I guess you could say, like, it does sound like he's kind of like racially coding it, but he's not naming race, so that makes me racist for thinking he's talking about
Right.
a race. You know what I mean?
You could just argue that he's talking about punks.
It's not like a banger. You're almost giving it more power by taking it away.
Right.
Like, they should have just let it exist.
Yeah,
and it just would have gone away.
I wouldn't have known about it. Is it all over the news now?
It's news because country music television took it down.
Oh. Who even watches country music television?
Probably people who like Jason Aldean. I think people
Right.
are now boycotting country music television because they're mad that they
Right.
took it off. Because they probably feel like, oh, you're going to take that down, but you probably leave up rap songs that have like horrible stuff in them too.
Right.
So it probably feels a little double standardy, which I kind of get.
Yeah.
Just let him have his song.
Do you think the Lumberjack guy listens to Jason Aldean?
No, that guy listens to like Diplo and Dua Lipa.
Yeah, dude.
No, he's not. I think that guy lives in Brooklyn.
Yeah, dude.
I think he's cutting that wood.
It's a green
like,
screen.
off the L train.
Oh.
Yeah. Whoa. No, you're good. You're good. You're
Recording on
good.
there?
You might have to get some towels.
I dropped my magic mine.
Oh shit.
It's all right. You'll still be boosted psychologically.
I mean, the idea that if the government wants our guns, come and get it. Try that in a small town. It's like, yeah, they fucking lay waste to you guys. Like,
Yeah.
they're
Well,
the
I mean,
government.
you're saying it's dumb because they'd lose the fight because he doesn't have a shot.
course. Well,
But it's
yeah.
that kind of thinking, Aaron. It's that kind of thinking,
It's the
brother.
it's
You
the
got to
government.
believe we can take them down.
They have tanks and drones.
Was Aaron
You know what? You know what the bummer is, dude? Is that we don't have any songs that are like "Try That in the City." You know what I mean?
They try that in LA?
Yeah. Like,
WA about that?
yeah, but they're not speak. I don't know if they
talking about West
they
Hollywood.
weren't thinking about me as much. I think it's like, you know, what's our thing? It'd be like what do we stand for
As a
as a city?
LA
Yeah.
showbiz, baby.
Yeah. Try not to pay our actors. Dude, that's another thing. Yeah, it's a good pivot. I got nothing on that. This like actors strike, I think I really do feel, you know, I'm in the Screen Actors Guild. I do feel for actors and writers, but I think we're having a real tough time making people care about our plight. Like, I think when I see one of the hard things is that like it'll be like Bryan Cranston being like, we need to protect actors, and then all the comments are like, dude, you're a millionaire, shut up.
Right.
And so it's like we need famous actors to be the face of it to give it publicity.
Yeah.
But it's bad for public sympathy because they think all actors are like that, when most actors are struggling and most writers are struggling. And
yeah, it's like Lars Ulrich against Napster.
Yeah.
Right.
When it's like, he's not arguing for Metallica, he's arguing for the bands coming that aren't making money because everyone's downloading their music.
And then like even like Roy from like The Office, like he was like, I'm a blue collar actor, and I was like, that doesn't sound right.
Right.
You know, but acting is a tough lifestyle, like auditioning and doing all that stuff, but it's just never gonna cut into people's like compassion the way if you're like a miner, or if you're like, or like the UPS drivers,
yeah, Teamsters,
or like the dock workers in LA who are like going on in Long Beach who are going on strike. It's just never gonna. It's like, you know, acting is such like a dream profession that even if you're struggling at it, I just don't think people are really gonna want to put their full energy behind it.
Yeah, actors. I think people think we're just kind of sitting around waiting for something.
Dude, even like the not getting paid, like one actor was like, yo, I was in 13 Reasons Why, I only got paid 30 grand, I didn't qualify for like health insurance, and people were like, well, I don't make 30 grand a year. I'm like, okay, but relative to how much money 13 Reasons Why made,
yeah, and
relative to how much money someone used to get paid for a gig like that, and how hard it is to get a gig like that, they probably should get paid more. And and here's the thing, it's not that the actors are such great people. Actors and writers are the most annoying, narcissistic people I've ever met, really. But good at acting. But we're still better than the corporate overlords who are taking all the cash. So it's not really supporting actors and writers. It's not supporting the same people who would take money out of your pocket. Although I do get annoyed when actors are like, it's easier to be a CEO than an actor. I'm like, you're an idiot. It's probably a tough gig to be a CEO.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, that's a tough job. It seems like a lot of pressure. There's billions of dollars at stake. You got like, you're managing like 20,000 people.
You got a board.
Yeah, and everyone's like,
you gotta satisfy the board.
And they're like, you just got to be evil to do that job. I'm like, I'm pretty sure you got to actually know how to make a product that sells and like be smart and like actually know how to work with people. But still, I do think those people are hogging all that cash.
Well, I heard, I was talking to Greg and Melissa came to San Diego on Saturday.
Oh, because they're in Escondido. Yeah.
And they said that this thing's gonna go till 2024.
Whew, mama, that's a while.
Well, that's what they heard.
They're in the know.
Well, apparently like they're the negotiating, like they're not negotiating, like they're not even talking right now. Like talks will maybe resume in September. That's why I have availability.
Dude, it's funny. Andrew Schultz put up a post being like, I think the streamers are actually kind of struggling. And his final point was one that I had been kind of thinking and agreed with, that they're just going to make less shows when we come back from this. So it'll be the same unemployment struggles for a lot of people. And I went, this is smart. And then one guy wrote to me, you're a mark, like picking on me.
Yeah.
I said, why am I a mark? And he's like, because you're a mark for believing this. And I go, I bet you I'm not more of a mark than you're a mark. Very mature. But I think I got him. Dude, me and this guy start debating. I think he's just some, I don't know. I don't think he's somebody. I mean, not that it matters, but I was like, I don't think he knows more about this than I do. I look him up. He's the sound designer on Baz Luhrmann movies.
Oh, really?
Yeah, dude. Me and this guy were going at it. And then I was like, oh, fuck, dude. Yeah. And then I'm like, well, so I don't want to back down, but like, I'm like, I also don't want to fight about this stuff with anybody and like have a record of like, because I am for like the people on the side of like, I am on the side of the actors and writers, but I also like, I criticize my own a lot because I don't know, that's just like, there's people I'm around. And then I'm like, but I don't want to look like I'm not supporting. So me and the guy go back and forth, and then I'm like, he writes like a fucking 3-page thing about why he feels the way he feels. Yeah. And then I just go, oh man, probably for sure. And then he just
did you respond?
He goes, ha 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 ha. And I go, no, dude, I'm serious. I didn't really disagree with what you said. I genuinely think there's like multiple sides to this, and I don't think you're like totally wrong. Then he goes, it's all good, man.
What was his main point?
He was saying, he was kind of doing the more standard company line.
You know what? I watched Haunted Mansion, and I thought it was delightful.
You had a big kick. Yeah, you like that.
I like Owen Wilson.
You've always loved him a lot.
He's just he brings me joy.
Because Loki was the same deal. You loved him.
Oh yeah, he crushed it. He's just this goofy guy who's having a good time, and he's enjoying life. He doesn't care. He's like, I'm just gonna be this kind of weirdo, like just charming guy.
But he was a heroin addict who tried to kill himself.
I was thinking about that while watching him. I was like, I wonder if he's overcome that or if he's hiding a lot of pain.
I think he just contains multitudes, right? There's a lot of sides to
There's
him.
a lot of layers to Owen.
Yeah, and it's like Hugh Grant like plays light and bubbly on camera, and then most people who know him off camera, like he's actually kind of like a dark, sad dude. Steve Martin, same deal.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
There's the person you portray, and then there's the person you are.
Yeah.
And I do like it when they keep that small, but I also like it when they keep it big.
Yeah. You know, I hear you on Steve Martin and those other guys. I don't think that's the case with Owen.
Think he's a happy dude?
Yeah.
Dude, I don't want to take away. He is a delight on camera. I know I
Yeah.
bummered that,
Yeah.
but I do think it's interesting. But like, he's very
When was he in
Stoke
Heroin
producing.
Addict? Early 2000s?
right before Darjeeling Limited came out, which was like 2008. So I want to say he had his issues in like 07,
07?
06, 07.
Interesting.
But I can't speak for him.
Yeah. Poor guy.
Struggled.
But now he's
Got through it.
Now he's crushing.
He got through it.
High mansion, baby.
Hey, the world breaks us all. Makes us stronger in the broken places.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, can you
Aaron.
do an Owen Wilson?
I can't really. Wow.
What? How else was San Diego? How was Orange County? How was the whole thing?
Dude, it's good, man. I, we were gonna go to the fair on Friday, and then we just got busy Friday, so we couldn't go. So we're going on Wednesday. I'm fired up. I love the OC fair.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm gonna get corn dogs. I'm gonna go in the zipper. I'm gonna fucking do all the fair shit.
American.
Has a show in San Clemente that was fun. Outdoor show, nice grand backdrop.
That's cool.
It was outside of a pub or like a bar, like O'Malley's or some shit. And that was a lot of fun.
In San Clemente, right?
Yeah, I think that's the name.
I've been there. I've crushed brew there.
O'Malley's?
I crushed brew there.
Dude, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
Good spot.
Yeah. I heard you talk about it.
They got
sometimes.
billiards tables there, right?
Oh hell yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Glad they still have those. It's important.
You crush pool.
I'm pretty good at billiards.
Yeah.
I even call it billiards.
Pool, just billiards.
I call it billiards.
Yeah.
Official. I like to shoot.
Do you include darts in there?
I'm not much of a dart guy.
No.
I didn't play as much. But you know, they had one at the Surly Goat, and I used to throw a little dart there. Dude, I gotta say, best feeling in the world. I went out with that, what was it? I just don't want to say her name, but you know her. And one time I helped her throw a dart, and she hit it. That was cool.
Did you guys make out after?
Like 30 minutes later, we went up looking over the city on Mulholland.
And you smooched?
Yeah, dude, it was a
You
classic
smooched
moment.
over Mulholland?
It was a classic moment, dude.
Wow.
Look, I waited my whole life for shit like that. I'm glad I happened a couple times.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dude, I had that one time. One time, I was dating this girl in college. I thought we were dating. She had other things in mind.
This girl really
but-
did a number on you.
Yeah.
This
yeah.
was, every guy has this, by the way.
Yeah. I was, she's a little bit older than me, and I was like, we're totally dating, and she's like, we're not even close, dude. But
And when you say she was older than you, it was like 6 months, right?
2 years. But I mean, when you're that age,
When
they
you're
feel
young,
like a
it's-
million.
yeah, and it's a lady,
wow,
too,
you're like
and
a
ladies
million
mature
years-
faster,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh man, good times. Anyways, so I was, I was, as we all are, romantic, and I was like, I need to charm the shit out of her. I took her for soft shell crab, and I was like,
That's so good.
yeah. I just watched her eat it. I'm like, how's that taste? She's like, good. I'm like, yeah, it's fucking, just caught her right out there. And then I took her up to a hill in San Francisco, like overlooking the thing. She was like, she's like, yeah, it's chill. And I was like, you aren't psyched? And she's like, I see what you're doing, and I appreciate it. And I was like, damn. She totally burst my
Ouch.
bubble, dude.
Yeah. I don't know why people do stuff like that, where they're like, hey, I see what you're going for. Good effort. I'm like, what are you, like my baseball coach?
Yeah.
Like,
I see what you're doing. But anyways, then she broke my heart.
dude, I got a family member, older guy, who's going through a tough time.
Uh-huh.
And I had another family member go out there to kind of help him get straight. And my family member called me, and we were talking about the guy who's in trouble, and he's like, he was talking to me, and he said, I guess he's been doing drugs and like just acting squirrely and crazy. And he's like, I guess he's like in his early 60s now. And he goes, yeah, I guess that chick who broke up with him when he was like 18 really did a number on him.
Really? Still getting to him?
It's still like effed him up. Or that's like what started the kind of behavior that he still,
Right.
like whatever coping he did then to get through it is still a part of how he deals with things.
Interesting.
And he never shook it. And like my dad had a friend who is like this like prominent Mexican businessman, and he was a great guy. And he started having a tough time in like his 50s. And he wouldn't leave me alone one time when he was staying with our family. Like, he just wanted to talk to me all the time.
Yeah.
And then it came out when we were talking why. And he was drinking a lot at this point. And he was like, you know, you are the oldest son. I am also the oldest son. He goes, tell me something. If something happened to your father, between you and your brother, who do you think would be in charge? And I was like, dude, at the time I was such a fucking dipshit too. I was like, oh, probably my brother. And he goes, no, you would be in charge. I'm like, all right. I'm like 18. I'm like, I don't really care about none of this.
Yeah.
And then he goes, my father, he gave everything to my younger brother. And I was like, dude, you're in your 50s, man. You have like a great life. Like, he had a smoking hot wife. His business was awesome.
Yeah.
I was like, but dude, it jacked him up. That young shit, it sticks with people.
Dude, I mean, those formative years.
Those wounds, man, they cut deep.
Yeah.
Even last example, the Phil Knight book, Shoe Dog. There's like the book doesn't start cooking until he's running Nike, but there's an early chapter. It's just about a chick breaking up with him.
Yeah.
And he never really explains why it's in the book. It doesn't fit with everything else, but I think it just really made an impact.
I feel like you have to have that in life.
You do.
You have to have that, and then it's all about how you process it, and you have to process it in a good. Or later on, you have to learn how to like deal with it. And it's like what you're saying. It's like you build that. You take what breaks you, and you come back stronger.
Absolutely.
And you just fucking squat that shit and keep cruising.
I might be done doing squats.
Yeah, you're backward.
I think I'm done. I'm just a Pilates guy now for lower body.
Really?
Yep. I feel better. I feel more structurally sound.
Right. Oh, so you think it's just too much? It's just jacking you up too much?
It was hurting my back, I think.
Right.
It's tough to tell people because you know they're listening.
Have you told Ferraro?
Ferraro will probably be cool with it. It's easier to tell those guys. It's harder to tell the people I don't talk to a lot.
Right.
It's hard to tell the fans.
Right.
The fans who listen.
Yeah.
Also, my dad was like fat as fuck for a long time until he got sick with cancer, and then he got way more handsome. But he's not, and he's a good athlete. My dad could do a 1.5 off the diving board.
Yeah.
And I was telling my girlfriend about this, like, always was pretty good at basketball and football, even when he was puffed up. I didn't even know my dad was fat. I just always thought he was just a dad.
Yeah.
And then he got sick, and now he's like really skinny and handsome. And I'll look back at old photos of him, and I'm like, what the fuck was going on back then?
Wait, he does a 1.5 off the diving board?
My dad used to do a 1.5 off the diving board.
That's a flip and a half.
Like a 450 splash. Yeah, he used to do that at the community pool.
In the Speedo?
No, regular swimsuit. But like he would just go up there and just boom. And he was like, I don't know, what was he? He was like 5'9", like 2 bills and 210 or something. And just, because he used to ski and do gainers and backflips. The guy's an acrobat.
He used to ski and do gainers, like off cliffs and stuff?
Yeah, my dad broke his back doing a gainer.
Really?
Mm-hmm, in Sun Valley.
Damn. What was he doing the gainer off? What run?
It wasn't like on the mountain. There was like a adjacent, not main mountain, where you could just like hit a jump.
Yeah.
If I'm remembering.
Maybe Dollar?
Yeah, I wasn't born yet, so I don't know. But as he told me, and then he would just, he was bombing some jump and like landed on his. Yeah, no, that's how he cracked his head open. He broke his back falling out of his ski chairlift.
That's crazy.
Yeah, no, I gotta say, light on his feet.
Yeah.
Even when he was a bigger boy.
Yeah.
And look, I didn't mean to come down on you hard there, Dad. You're a handsome man. You got steel blue eyes. You're tough as nails. You're strong as shit. I love you to death. You were a bit heavy for a while. You were a bit heavy.
Dude, you know, it's interesting. Because I've been talking lately about how I'm trying to lift heavy.
You're trying to get jacked, yeah.
And
you're cut, but you're trying to get jacked.
A little more mass. I was talking to my dad about it, and he's like, but my dad's, you know, he's 76. He's had a shoulder replacement, and he's a doctor. So every time I'm like, Dad, I'm trying to lift more. I'm trying to do like some heavy lifting. You know, thinking I'm gonna impress him. And he's like, you shouldn't do that. You're gonna bust your shoulder. Rotator cuff. It's gonna get fucked.
Dude, can I tell you something?
Yeah.
My dad doesn't like it when I'm bigger. He likes me when I'm leaner.
Right. Oh. You know, I thought it was. Are you saying our dads are muffing with our physiques?
I don't think they want us to look or be able to kill them.
If I come in and I flex on my dad with the Mark Wahlberg physique, he's not going to be stoked.
No. And why should he be?
Yeah.
The lion.
Well, what about you with your kids?
Oh, dude, I hope my kids work out and stuff and they love it.
Think about it when you're 60. If your son comes in and he's fucking jacked.
Dude, I have been thinking about that because me and my girl, we were talking about what sports we're gonna get him into, and we were just like, okay, she was like soccer and t-ball, and I was like, nah, let's do soccer and jiu-jitsu. Like, I think he should do a team sport, and then I think he should do something where like he learns how to defend himself, and like it gives him like good functional skills for his whole life, and it's good for toughness and blah blah blah. And we're like, okay, that sounds good. And then I was like, if he's doing jiu-jitsu, I gotta be doing jiu-jitsu, because I've never really done jiu-jitsu. I've dipped my toe into it a couple times, but I've never really done it. I don't know anything.
Yeah.
And I'm like, do I want him to be able to beat me up by the time he's 13?
Yeah, it's a big cue.
So no, I'd like it to be a good fight.
Yeah, so my dad doesn't want me to get jacked. But you know what? I think you're right. I think he just doesn't want me to flex.
Yeah, my dad's always like, oh, it's aesthetically better when you're skinnier. I disagree. I've looked at photos. I'm like, I look better a little heavier.
Right.
I'm trying to put on weight right now too.
Here's the thing I'm having trouble with. I'm having trouble with like eating the food that bulks you up. Because I don't really want to do that. I don't really want to go through that phase. I just want to go straight to getting jacked and cut.
Right. You don't like doing the
bulk. I don't want to do the bulk phase. I just want to go straight from cut to bigger cut.
I don't know the parlance, but are you trying to do a clean bulk or a dirty bulk? I think a dirty bulk is where you just like eat whatever you want.
Shit. Yeah.
Just do that.
No, I want to do clean bulk. Although I've been eating a lot of ice cream.
You know, CrossFitters eat not that great of diets.
Yeah.
They eat healthy a lot, but at least during the games, when they do
pros?
behind the scenes stuff, yeah, they're burning so many calories that they'll eat ice cream like
Well, that's the thing.
after events.
Sometimes when I work out hard, like I'll try to eat healthy, but it kind of makes me feel like shit because I think I need more carbs.
Just eat, bro. You're working out a lot. You just need to eat. And then I think
I mean, I'm eating a lot of ice cream.
some people say it's like if you're gaining weight or losing weight, like they're like you could eat anything as long as you're in a caloric deficit, you'll lose weight. It doesn't matter if you're eating like cheese all day or you're eating broccoli all day.
No,
as long as you're in a caloric deficit. So I would just eat whatever feels good to you in the moment. And then if you don't like the way the weight's coming on to you, you shed that shit. You shed that shit, bro.
Just hop on a cleanse. Mm-hmm. That sounds nice.
How many pounds are you trying to put on?
I don't know. Fucking
20? No. I've put on 11 pounds.
Have you?
Or like 15. I don't know. It depends what time of the day you weigh me.
Yeah.
Either 11 to 15. I've put on that much weight.
I never weigh myself, so I don't even really think about that.
That's healthier.
Yeah. I guess I haven't thought about how many pounds I want to put on. I think I just want to. I want to have that look where it's like you're wearing like a boxy shirt.
You're masking up a bit.
Yeah, you're in a boxy shirt.
Yeah,
you
totally.
Can see that
you're in your 30s now. I get it.
Yeah, we can see that the guy's got.
You want the shoulders, the arms. You want some heft.
Yeah.
You're tired of being like beautiful.
Well, I think going from a man is when you go from cute to functional. Mm-hmm. You know, and now I want to be about function.
Right. Because, dude, I've probably talked about this on the pod, but this was a huge 180 for you. Because you were always very against the
putting
bulk.
on mass.
Yeah, and you kind of looked down on the bulk.
Yeah, I guess I did.
Not in like a dramatic way, but I'd be like, oh yeah, I'm thinking about bulking up. You'd be like, I don't like when people do that. I was like, oh. And then one day, after like 10 years of being boys, you come in, I was a little hurt, honestly.
Yeah.
You come in, you're like, I'm bulking. I'm like, what about all the faces you made at me when I wanted to bulk?
Dude, well, you know what, man? You know what? I'm a slow learner. I'm a slow developer, obviously. I didn't even learn how to read till I was 24, so I just didn't understand.
That's fair, bro.
I just didn't understand this stuff. I understand how important it is to have function. Like, I just thought you were supposed to have abs, and I never thought about protecting myself. I never thought about home invasions. You know, biggest home invasions I thought about were people TPing my house. So, and now I'm like, oh yeah, I have to protect things, and it's crazy. But, dude, I was listening to this podcast.
Is it about protecting, or is it just about looking sexy?
It's about looking sexy. I'm just trying to sound, more noble.
But you also want to look like you could do those things, which is half the battle.
Yeah.
Like a bird that flaps its plumage when it's doing its mating dance.
Yeah.
Like, does that really have function? No, but it has the appearance of function.
Well, you know, for my girlfriend, I want to look like a protector. So she looks at me and she's like, "Oh, he can protect me." And I just pray to God I'm never in a situation
And we all do.
where I have to do it.
We all do. I'm not leaving the house. I don't leave the house. Because you know what's out there? Threats.
Threats.
And you know what? I got it pretty good. I got it pretty good. People can see I got it pretty good.
Yeah.
And they wanna poke at that.
Yeah.
Dude, last thing I liked on Instagram, I mean, this is the whole kit and caboodle right here. Because I was upset that you were so against the bulk for the entirety of our broship, and then one day you flip on a dime, and I'm like, but I've been thinking he influenced me, and now I wanted to go that way, and now he's going that way, and now I'm like, did I lose time because of that?
Lose time with bulk. I almost got a tattoo that said "fuck bulk."
I know. You almost made me get that tattoo.
Aaron said he was going to bulk up, and I kicked his ass.
But look at this quote that I liked today, and I was embarrassed to like it, and now I'm glad I did. I was embarrassed to like it. Make a habit of not holding someone's past against them. When someone works hard to grow, literally, and change into a better person or bigger person, allow them to show up as that person. I'm over it, dude. I'm over it.
Thank you.
You are who you are.
Thank you.
And that who you are now, big.
I want to be a fitness influencer.
Don't do it.
I want to be the Rock.
You know what? I support it.
I want to be the Rock.
I mean, he's juiced to the gills, brother. Be careful. Be careful.
I want to be juiced.
Don't. Are you going to get on the sauce?
I'm ready for the sauce.
Hey, you know what?
I want to be just...
Choose your way.
I want to be so big and making videos at 4 a.m. in the gym, being like, yeah, Bertha right there. You know, he calls his elliptical Bertha.
I've heard.
He's like, Bertha just
From
put
you.
working on me. And yeah, I'm pretty excited for that. So yeah, that's the next phase, guys. I'm going to be a just jacked influencer. Wow. How's it with no vape? How's that been?
I like it.
Yeah.
And dude, I don't think it wasn't as tough as I thought it would be to kick it.
Yeah.
And the hard part was actually kind of exciting.
Yeah.
So anybody out there, hey, vape if you want to. I enjoyed my time doing it. But if you're worried about getting off of it, I think you got it.
Do you think it was draining your energy?
A little bit, maybe. Dude, I liked it. I just, the thing I didn't like the most is that every time I was like uncomfortable, I would vape.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I don't, and I think also it took me out of the moment a lot.
Yeah.
You know, like if the moment wasn't exactly what I wanted it to be, I would vape and be like, well, now the moment's mine. And I don't know if that's how it's supposed to be.
Right.
And now I just have to sit in it a little more, find another way to scratch an itch. But I don't know if it's probably more the booze and weed why I feel like I have so much energy right now, but I don't know. Yeah, I do have a ton of energy, so maybe it is the vape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does change. Like whenever I get off it, I feel a noticeable difference. I'm like way happier.
When you two are very like your system.
It's fragile.
Well, just
It's sensitive.
It's sensitive. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think mine is too. Mine's gotten more sensitive. I think that's
Yeah.
also your influence.
Yeah.
I used to be able to do drugs all the time, man.
Yeah, dude. Dude, I'm influenced. My girlfriend too. Whenever she drinks, she pukes now. I'm like, sensitive system.
Dude, it's weird. It's some kind of osmosis, bro.
Yeah.
There's psychological osmosis that has physical impact. And you know, it's that quote. It's your quote, the Buffett quote. You're the combination of the 5 people you kick it with the most.
Yeah.
I think it changes your physiology.
Sorry.
Hey, bro, if I can't do drugs, I can't do drugs. That's okay. Probably best. Don't
Are
look at me.
you so? You kicked all that stuff for the life insurance thing, right?
For insurance.
When can you talk about it, or do they listen?
No, let's go. Fuck it.
So have you taken like the test? They give you a test, right?
Yeah,
Drug
it's
test?
next Wednesday.
Oh, okay. So you had to kick everything for like how long does it take to get weed out of your system? They don't want to see anything in your
You
system.
can have weed in your system now, and
Yeah.
you might get a little bit higher of rates, but they'll still insure you.
Right.
But I'm actually writing down that I'm worse than I am, and so I think they're gonna get my blood work and be like, this dude's like healthier than his application says.
Right.
I don't know why I'm doing that, but like
Interesting.
just because I guess I like surprising people.
Yeah.
Even if it doesn't work for my financial betterment.
Yeah.
I'm like literally gonna tell the insurance because you doubted me, huh?
Yeah.
You thought I was some degenerate. Now check out these numbers. Well, because also when I put out that clip about life insurance saying how like, because I was upset that they can pull my doctor's records from within the last 5 years, and it's like times I went to the emergency room when I was like freaking out on shrooms or something, and that was stupid of me to freak out on mushrooms. Like, they're not going to kill you, and I shouldn't have gone to the emergency room, but you know, I wasn't like that was my immaturity. But I didn't realize that stuff could go to life insurance. And then when I posted that clip and I was kind of saying that it sucks that they share that stuff, people were like, it doesn't suck that they shared, it sucks that you were stupid and like did that stuff.
Right, yeah, I saw this.
And that kind of offended me because I'm like, well, I'm not really that unhealthy of a guy.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And so now when I take this clean test,
yeah,
it's for everybody.
So when you take it afterwards, are you going to party?
No, I'm gonna try and stay like this for a while.
Yeah.
I like variance, so I don't think I'll be sober forever, but I feel really good right now. So I'm just gonna keep this going for as long as it feels good.
What do you think? What do you anticipate? Like, how do you think the kids are gonna influence your party habits?
Just good cue, man. Good cue. Because my parents still partied.
Yeah.
And I still consider them to be great parents. It was a little topsy-turvy at times, but for a bunch of reasons. It wasn't the partying necessarily. I think I'll still party, but I don't want it. But I do want to be careful that. Sorry, I was kind of burping there. I think kids are very sensitive, and I think they can pick up on energies. Mm-hmm. And I think even if you're like not doing something in front of the kids, I think kids can feel that there's something going on, that there's something being hidden, that there might be a darkness underneath.
Right.
And so I want to try my best, and you know, I know I'll make mistakes and stuff, and I know I'm not going to be perfect. I wouldn't want to be perfect, but I want to keep the house in a positive, honest energy. So I'm going to do my best to be like straight and still blow it out on weekends or go to Vegas or whatever and like have fun, because I think that's important too for my own personal well-being. But I want to be, you know, smart about how I do it, so I still feel good about myself, so I'm not bringing bad energy around them.
Right.
That's the plan.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah. And dude, she's so cool, man. She doesn't worry about me, and she'll let me be wild. Like, she trusts me, and so that almost makes me not be as wild because I feel understood.
Yeah. You're not rebelling against something.
There's no way to rebel against her. Yeah.
Interesting.
There's a way to let her down, but that's not, you know, that's different.
Yeah.
I don't want to let people down.
Yeah.
I just don't want to be controlled, but she doesn't try to control me.
Right.
So I'm good. Let's rock.
Does that freak you out sometimes? Where you're like, 'cause she doesn't try to control you?
Yeah, it does freak me out.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't scare you? She's like, nah. I'm like, does that mean I have no power? I'm like, that's probably good. It's probably good. It scares me, but I don't scare her.
Yeah.
I'm like, I wish you were on your heels a bit more, honey.
She said, no.
She's like, no.
I'm chilling.
She's like, I trust you.
Dude, it's like, you know what that's like? I've been reading Camus, Albert Camus.
Dude, nice, of course, man.
And it's like philosophy of the absurd, where it's like, you know, I want to say it. I guess it just made me think of like how we try to find meaning in an indifferent universe, and you're sort of like freaking out. You're like, wait a second, what's going on? And then you just find meaning in the shit that you do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you build your own meaning.
You build your own meaning. You lift weights. You do squats with Liver King. Yeah, you don't surrender to nihilism.
No, and I think it's good to be able to tap into nihilism sometimes, because the world's so chaotic and doesn't fit a pattern. And I think that's a valuable skill.
Yeah.
To be able to hit that gear where you can just laugh at the chaos.
Oh, you have to.
You have to.
You have to. It's the best.
Because then you become more chaotic than the chaos, and I think you got to be able to do that.
Yeah. Well, I think oftentimes like the most free I've felt have been like, I remember like during COVID. I probably talked about this on the podcast, but like, I didn't understand payroll taxes and all that shit. Like, I just had like an accountant for my family that just didn't really understand entertainment. So, you know, and so like I didn't pay all these taxes. And then we got our new accountant, Michelle, and she's like, you owe a lot of money in taxes. This is like peak COVID, so we're like not doing anything. But it was like the most free I felt. Because I'm like, oh, I'm in financial trouble. this is cool.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
No, dude, I think that's so valuable.
Yeah.
To just be able to detach a little bit from it.
Yeah.
Because you only have so many options.
Yeah.
Of how to react to that.
Yeah.
You really only have 2, actually.
Yeah.
You got to get the work done, but I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about like the fixing it part. I'm talking about like the feelings you're gonna feel.
Yeah.
And you can either be afraid,
Yeah.
or you can kind of laugh at it and
Yeah.
and like try to find a way to enjoy it.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta laugh at it. It's the best.
And I don't think it makes you a nihilist all the time. It just keeps you cool when the chaos happens.
No, I don't really. I think it's kind of like. I think it's more of just surrendering to the ride.
Yes.
It's the journey.
And the lack of control we really have.
Yeah, because. Well, I think a lot of people experience this too. Is when they sort of get what they want, then they're probably their most miserable because they're trying to hold on to it or all that kind of stuff. Where it's like I feel like a lot of times you can always feel like you're striving for something so that you can feel comfortable, whereas because you think like a lot of money is gonna make you comfortable. You think that like a girlfriend's gonna make you comfortable. All that shit. Whereas you can just make the decision. It's just a thing where you just sit back. And you're like, oh no, my mind is making me think I'm uncomfortable, but I'm chilling.
You're chilling.
Yeah, I'm just observing. I'm having a good time.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
I've been trying to do more of that too. It's like, because if you thought about everything,
Yeah.
you'd be terrified
Yeah.
all day.
It's brutal.
And it's not even like being a badass and being like, I'm not afraid of things. I'm afraid all the time.
Yeah.
It's like, but what's my choice?
Yeah.
What can I do?
It's like you feel it, but then you kind of let it go.
You feel it for a second, and then you just go, hey, buddy, and then you kind of laugh at it.
Yeah.
And you're like, you idiot.
Yeah.
You're like, you're way in over your head, dude.
Yeah.
So you just got to hold on and just try to enjoy it.
Yeah, you just observe it. Yeah, it's so freeing. It's tough to do consistently, but I like...
But that's something to laugh at too. Is
Yeah.
thinking you're ahead of it and
Yeah.
thinking you can own that feeling all the time.
Yeah.
Thinking I can be like, oh no, I'll just laugh at it all the time. No, you won't. There'll be days where it does scare you. And there'll
Yeah.
be days where you'll be on the ground shaking. But guess what? You'll laugh at that day, the next day.
Dude, that's the thing is like a lot of times like I'll have like a bad day and I'll be like, "Fuck, man, why that?" And a lot of times the bad day will just be in my head because I think I had a bad day.
Well, it could be chemical too.
Yeah,
You might
yeah.
wake up one day and you just got the wrong juice pumping in your brain and
Totally.
things you like, things suck now.
Yeah, but then then you have a good day and I totally forget about the bad day. But I'll have the good day. I'll be like, man, I'm gonna hold on to this like good feeling forever.
Mm-hmm.
But then like sometimes you have the bad day and you'll be like, man, how could I ever have a bad day? And then the next day's a bad day.
It's coming.
It's wild, yeah.
Once you think you got a grip on it, life's too big. It's gonna fool you a little bit.
Yeah.
But dude, I had the best day of my life on Saturday.
Oh, you did?
I called it out. I said it at the end of the day. Best day of my life.
What'd you do?
Dude, I went to the grocery store. I love this grocery store in Burbank.
Yeah.
Handy Market, big shout out.
I love how much of a foodie you are now.
I'm kind of into it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I guess before I had a girlfriend, I just didn't eat.
It was always takeout.
Yeah, I just ate takeout.
Well, I would go to your apartment, you'd have like a pizza box from like 3 weeks ago. You're like, well, dude, open your fridge. It would just be like a single Coors Light.
Now I'm into it. So I did that, came home, made a little meal, and then I got a massage, and then I went out and got some sun, and then I took a bath, and I was reading. I'm alternating between 2 books because you get bored with one book. It's like flicking the channel. So I was reading the Bret Hart book. Aaron's wearing a Bret Hart shirt today, my favorite wrestler of all time. And then I'm reading a book about the Jailblazers, the early 2000 Trailblazers. And then I got out of there. What did I watch? I watched something great. Might have watched Dark Side of the Ring. I watched just a banging movie. And then me and my girl played Trivial Pursuit. And I was like, this is the best day ever.
Oh, nice.
It was all, besides the massage, it was all normal shit. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? It was
yeah.
all basic shit.
Yeah.
And then, I'll talk about this later, also what made it the best days, I was watching Eddie Guerrero, this wrestler, do a monologue. I think it's the greatest monologue in recorded history. And it's all about his addiction issues, a lot of stuff we've been talking about, and him overcoming it. And I was just bawling my eyes out watching it like all day. I felt a lot that day too.
Yeah.
And it was just perfect.
That's good stuff.
I did tell my girlfriend, I was like, this is the best day of my life, and she was hilarious. She's in so much pain. She's like, yeah, it must be nice. She's like, it will be a better day when you have kids, right? I was like, oh yeah, for sure, of course. I didn't mean it like that.
Yeah.
I just mean so far.
Yeah.
So far.
Like, no, this is, I peaked.
She listens to this. She listens, but babe, there was a part of me that was like, it's gonna be tough to beat.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Even when the little, but you know what? I know when those little ones pop out, everyone's like, dude, you don't even know what that's gonna feel like. So maybe that'll blow my doors off.
I mean, what's crazy is I feel like it's gonna happen within a few days.
I think tomorrow. I think it'll happen tomorrow. But dude, they're taking their time.
Yeah. That's good though, right?
I think it's good for everybody but my girlfriend. Yeah. She has to suffer. She's got 2 watermelons in her, and it's like,
Sounds brutal.
she's just enduring pain all the time. It's been 9 months. Dude, she is equivalent size of someone who's 47 weeks pregnant, which no one's ever been. But she's the size of someone who's like 12 months pregnant, basically.
Wow. Jeez.
And it's painful, and she just wants to get them out, but they're taking their time.
That's wild.
But yeah, next time we record, I'll probably be a dad, but I don't think I'll change that much.
Aaron, did you change?
Oh yeah.
How'd you change?
100%. I'm just more responsible. Try to be more thoughtful as often as I can. Obviously, you can't go out as much. Like, that's a tough thing.
Yeah, I know. I'm a little bummed about that.
Yeah.
I'm a little bummed. But the good news is, like, I do stand-ups my work, so that's like going out.
Yeah.
I'll still have fun doing that.
Yeah.
But it is like, but dude, I was honestly kind of over that shit too.
Going out.
Yeah, just like, because I didn't have them. You know what's funny is now that I can't do it as much, I have way more fun when I do it.
Yeah.
Like, I could do a poker night every night of the week 2 years ago. Never wanted to do them.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I'd rather just stress out at home and, like, you know, try to get a date or like freak out about career shit.
Right.
But now when a poker night comes up, I'm like, we got to do it.
Yeah.
I appreciate it way more.
Yeah.
We had one a couple weeks ago.
Is it fun?
It was real fun. It was great.
You know, I listened to a Flat Earth podcast on my way down to San Diego.
How was it?
It's great. So entertaining.
So
I love people that are so sure of themselves, you know? This guy was talking, and he's like, one of the guys was like, what do you think about space? And he's like, there is no space, bro. And then the guy goes, well, what's up there? He's like, water.
Water? That's so true. That's right.
I was just driving down San Diego. I was like, this is fantastic.
Yeah.
It's just like he's like, come on, bro. You think he's like Australia's way bigger than we're led to believe. Africa, twice as big as we're led to believe. He's like, you know, there's 3,000 continents. They just try to make us feel small by saying there's a.
This is very provocative.
Yeah, and he says there's.
I do like this kind of thinking.
Yeah, there's ice walls in Antarctica because they don't want you to go past. If you go in Antarctica, they call the jets on you.
So does he believe Magellan sailed
scramble.
the ocean, like sailed the world, circumnavigated the world?
He didn't get into Magellan, but he got into Captain Cook, and he's like, bro, Captain Cook said he went around Antarctica. He's like that little cum stain down there, charted 30,000 miles, bro. He's like, that little cum stain down there. I love this guy.
Hey, you gotta call it the way you see it, man.
It was so entertaining because he's so sure of himself. He's like, my boy can beat anyone in debate. And he's like, oh, who's he talking about? He's like, man, we've had scientists come on, we've had pilots come on, we've all brought them over to our side. The Earth, that's cold light. The sun, it's warm electrical light.
Wait, so what's his gig?
I don't know. I think he's like a YouTuber.
Like, is he a pickup? He sounds like a pickup artist.
Let's see. Let me look him up. I know his name.
Is he a PDS? Professional dick slinger?
Dude. Maybe. Flat Earth to the edge and back. Join.
Sorry about all those guns.
Join the movement. Okay. I think this is him.
Oh, dude, he's a thug, bro.
How are you, brother? Please welcome Sean. I've been making videos on alternative theories and truth concepts since 2016.
Do you want to plug it in?
Yeah. I don't know a good video, though, so I don't even know if we want to...
We can just give it a taste, and then we can edit it down.
Because I haven't even looked at his social media, but...
I'm going to start talking way hipper, by the way. I've been doing it, but it's on for the rest of my life. I'm just going to be slinging phrases around.
What was your take on the weather balloons, the Chinese weather balloons?
Yeah, I mean, that to me, again, that's another form of soft disclosure. Google has Google Loon Project, right? They're Satelloons.
Yeah.
Now they can go, okay, we could stop.
Loon Project?
Yeah, those are Satelloons that go up from Google.
So what's it called? Project Loons?
Or Project Loon, L-O-O-N.
I know that
That's
one.
been going on for years now. Again, public information that they have Satelloons on, satellites on balloons. Yeah, they're kind of being public about it now because they...
I don't know. It's hard to get
great.
a good sample. But, oh, here's a photo. Dude, I don't think he's a dick slinger.
No, I don't even know why I went that route. It just seemed like, because you were saying he was so convincing.
Yeah.
Like he's a master of persuasion.
Well, no,
and so I guess I could have said he was like a lobbyist or Tony Robbins.
Yeah. He could be, dude.
Mm-hmm.
But he joined Flat Earth.
That's a good fight.
He joined Flat Earth.
That's a crazy. It's kind of beautiful to dedicate your life to something that to me feels provably wrong.
Yeah.
And relatively
Like
easily
your
provably
life.
wrong.
Your life.
Your life.
Yeah.
But to have that much swagger about it,
Yeah.
it's all fun.
Well, he's living in a world where anyone who challenges him, if he got taken up in a spaceship, he'd be like, it's a hologram. It's a fucking,
That's what Richard Dawkins said about debating creationists. He's like, there's not an argument I can make that would swing them.
Yeah.
He's like, they're set in their ways, which is badass.
Yeah.
You shouldn't ever change your opinion, even if you're wrong,
No.
because that's called integrity.
Mm-hmm.
We like that as people.
Yeah.
We don't like the people who are wrong for a while, but then after a while we miss them and we're like, bring back the wrong people.
Yeah.
They brought us a lot of joy. It's like, what about all the pain? It's like, it was kind of worth it. We're getting a little too sterilized.
Dude, the wrong people are hilarious.
You love wrong people. You're so right that it's like bad for you to like wrong, and you just love all the wrong.
I do.
You love the wrong.
I do.
But it's because you're so like, you're basically like so positive side of the force
Yeah.
that you're like, hey, let's go dark side of the force.
It's just so entertaining.
And then you're just like watching people get like electrocuted by the emperor, and you're like, can you believe they do this? And I'm like, yeah. And you're like, it's crazy. I would never.
Yeah. Dude, what else is going on in the news? You see Cardi B throw that mic?
I did see it. It was a good throw, right?
Dude, I watched that. It was like Mel Gibson throwing a tomahawk in The Patriot.
That good?
That good.
Dude,
She hit the wrong person.
Oh, she did?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
But here's the controversial part. You ready?
yeah, of course.
She was asking to get water thrown on her before.
But then it happened in like moments later where she still wasn't in that headspace.
It looks like it. I don't know the full story. I wasn't at the concert, but there is a clip I saw out there where she's like, splash water on me, and she like shakes her ass. And then we see this other clip. So maybe that was after. I don't know.
She's probably wrong.
Yeah.
Cardi B's probably wrong. I bet you she's been wrong a couple times.
Yeah.
She's a lunatic.
Got a big ass, though.
Powerful ass.
Do you think she does squats?
Yeah, I hope so. Or she's just lucky.
Yeah.
Bro, I was talking to my lady about that WAP video the other day. That's because like I didn't think Barbie was actually that feminist. It's not really up to me to call, but it's so Ken focused, especially the third act. I was like, okay, so they'll pick on dudes, but it's still about dudes. I'm like, just show me something cooler that's not dudes.
Yeah.
And sometimes I feel like people get lazy and they're just like, no, we'll just like critique something. I'm like, well, how about you replace it? That'd be a bit more exciting. And then I was like, so what is like something super, again, I'm way over my skis here, but I was like, WAP. Like, I love WAP because it's just two girls being like, we're badasses and we'll just chew everything up, you know? And it's a little dude based because it's about like sex and it's like, we'll like, succubish you or whatever. But I was, when I saw that, I was like scared.
Yeah.
In an erotic way.
Macaroni in a pot, dude.
It's not a one-to-one comparison. Is that what she says?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Macaroni in a pot.
Wet ass pussy. whop, whop. I'm like, damn, girl.
Wet ass P word.
Yeah, Shapiro. Dude, so Shapiro didn't like the Barbie movie, and he didn't like WAP. But so I'm only halfway there with him. Yeah, but with the WAP thing, he just kind of, it sounded like he didn't bone, and that's a tough spot.
Yeah.
Like that's you don't want to get called out by the world for. There's two embarrassing things. One, trying to sound like you bone better than you do. That's really embarrassing. And then the second one is sounding like you don't bone. Those are tough.
Yeah, but here's my thing. He's saying wet ass P word. He sounded like the biggest virgin of all time. But we live in LA, so we just our
bubble.
We're in our bubble. We heard, oh, he's a virgin. If we were in other places that were like more pro P word, yeah, were they psyched on it?
Bro, I'm with you that like we're in a bubble and that we're missing some of it.
Yeah.
But I gotta say, all 50 states, virgins get picked on.
Right.
Unfortunately, so.
Yeah.
I was a virgin forever, but like I traveled, and
Yeah.
it didn't seem like there was friendly confines anywhere for what I was holding on to.
Right, because you were about to move to Jackson Hole because you thought they'd be more friendly to you.
Yeah. Even Jackson Hole's like all like I mean I don't go there enough now, but it's all like tech bros. So like they were like the meanest about it.
Yeah.
They were like fuck you.
Yeah.
That's it.
Because you wanted to talk to them about angel investing, and they kept sending you Fleshlight.
I was like, teach me about coding, teach me about the future of like, web 2.0, 3.0, 4.0. And then they were like, do you fuck? And I was like, you guys too? And they were like, us too, bro. And
Yeah.
I was like, I gotta stay on the move. I'm a rambling man.
Yeah. Well, you met that one coder who he codes while doing doggy.
Yeah, that's what he told me. He's like, dude, he's like, I get binary while I'm missionary and doggy.
Yeah. That's crazy.
He was an animal.
Yeah. Can you imagine being in the heat of the moment just thinking zeros and ones?
It's very like Leo to Caps, and it's not how my brain works. I want to be present all the way and not like be on my keyboard.
Yeah.
Unless I'm self-jacking, but he was a different breed.
Yeah.
To him, it was all about compartmentalization. It was all about multiple things at once. It was about showing his skill set on as many fronts as possible.
Yeah.
In as little time as possible. Yeah, he made me watch.
But I remember you said that after you lost your virginity, you went and beat up a virgin, right?
Immediately, I felt anger towards every other virgin. I was like, they're idiots.
Yeah.
I became a douche maybe 1 second after busting.
Yeah.
I remember I was so sweet, I was so humble. Then this lady was generous enough to not just have sex with me, to really make love. We were connected. Mm-hmm. And then the moment after I busted, I was like, that was okay. And then I kind of moved her, and then I walked outside, and I just saw a kid on a bike, and I just stuck my foot out and kind of shoved it over. And he was like, hey, why'd you do that? And I was like, first of all, call me mister.
Yeah.
Second of all, I bang, you don't. And he was like, what? And I was like, you heard me, bro. You don't fuck. He was like 10. And then, I threw his bike in one of those big trash things and told him to kick rocks. But I don't feel bad about that because that kid is like doing great now. He plays volleyball at BYU. I kept tabs on him. Yeah. Because before he ran away, I was like, give me your name. Yeah. Give me your name because you're going to thank me one day for this. And he hasn't, but he will.
Is he still a virgin?
Yeah, he's at BYU.
Wow. So I know you keep tabs on him. I know you've evolved as a man, but when you're talking to him, when you're mentoring him, do you kind of, just give him a little elbow here and there?
No, so he doesn't know I'm watching.
Oh,
he doesn't know. I've already done my job. Yeah. And there's times where I want to apologize. Yeah. But the job's not done yet.
Sometimes you'll like write out a message like, I'm so sorry, pussy. And you're like, maybe I'm not ready.
There is that thing where it's like, I am sorry, and at the same time, I'm not.
Yeah.
Because I know I did the right thing, but sometimes it's hard to do the right thing. Mm-hmm. To punk, Yeah. Well, it's life, dude.
I know, dude.
Hey, sometimes you don't want to be the bad guy, but sometimes you got to be the bad guy so when he meets the other bad guys, he can be the good guy.
You're like, damn, JT was the good guy.
Then he'll know. Yeah. He will know one day.
Yeah.
He's hammering, butter sets right now. He doesn't know why he swings so hard, but every time he pulls that arrow and he comes through with that body, with that torso twist, what do you think's generating that power?
Shame.
Yeah. That time I punked him, bro.
Yeah.
Made him smell my fingers.
Took that Mongoose BMX, threw it right in the trash.
I said, hey, buddy, get a whiff of that.
Dude, I heard. I don't know if this is true or not, but I heard that you did one time send him a shirtless selfie at the gym.
Yeah. It's to his whole family.
Yeah.
I said, give me your entire family's phone numbers.
Yeah.
Mom, dad, sister, and they had some guy named Chuck living with them. I said, give me all their numbers.
Yeah.
And put them all in a group thread. And I said, don't ever tell your family who I am. But I just want them to know that I want them to see this. And I just sent them shirtless photos for, I don't know, a couple years. Sometimes they were sad. You know,
You'd be sad?
Yeah, because I had months where I put on weight. I was looking flabby.
Yeah. Did he clown on you in return?
No, dude, they were terrified.
Yeah.
They just said, please stop.
Yeah.
And I said, journey, bro.
Yeah.
Journey.
Well, you hacked their TV so they'd all sit down to watch Jeopardy and they would just be you shirtless.
They'd be watching
They
me.
couldn't even take it off the screen.
And I was never lifting. I was just watching them back.
Yeah, it was live stream, dude.
It was just live stream.
You're just
I was looking at them, and they were like, "Why are you looking at us?"
Yeah, your son's a virgin.
And they were like, "Explain." I said, "No, not until things change." Subtext: not until his kid bones. But you know, he's a BYU, good kid.
Man. Yeah, it's always good to punk virgins.
For sure, for sure.
It always pays off in the end. I mean, it's tough for them in the moment. I got punked as a virgin, and then, you know, now it made me who I am today, so I'm so grateful.
It is funny, too. It's
I was
like,
8, but, you know.
And I almost don't even think it's, like, enough to just punk virgins. Because there's dudes who have boned once, but did they hit it right? So for me, it's like, all right, you boned, but did you throw down?
Right.
And I can tell right away, you know, just watching a dude move. I can tell how he brings it. And I think those dudes should get beat up like virgins too.
Absolutely.
So if you're only like a 1 or 2 time hitter and your numbers are fairly paltry, you're gonna get, you know, thrown in the back of a pickup and kidnapped and beat. And yeah, so I don't know. For me, you got to skip out on that rightful punishment. Probably got to be double digit, not only in number of honey bunnies, but also in terms of double digits in minutes spent with individual honey bunny.
Well, I remember when you told me that you lost your V card, you're like, dude, I lost it. And I was like, did you bust?
Yeah, you went brass tacks, dude.
Did you bust? Here's my thing.
Go.
I claim to lose it at a certain age. I'm not going to disclose when for legal reasons, but I didn't bust. And it was until I met Gino, and Gino was like, you didn't bust, that doesn't count. And then I busted, and he's like, did you bust in a condom? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, that doesn't count. You bust raw.
Yeah, why are you laughing? Why are you laughing?
Because I was such a pussy until I.
That's funny.
Until I.
That is funny.
So
that is funny that you thought that was okay. That is funny, actually, dude. That is funny. Good call.
Thanks, bro.
Good call, bro.
Thanks.
Because for a second there, I thought you were like undermining some shit. But
Yeah,
no, dude,
no.
you're for real. You're legit. You're a real deal, dude. No, that's good. You need to bust for real. For real, dude. You need to bust for real. Did you bust?
Dude, I cream pie, bro.
You cream pied? Good. 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 You better.
Man, I just want to fuck up a virgin right
Dude,
now.
I'm serious, bro. Good. That's good energy.
Aaron, are there any virgins at ATC?
Not at the moment.
Dude, because I'll run out this door right now and I'll start marauding, bro. Dude, seriously, man.
I
Cut me
want to
loose
work.
on one. Cut me loose on one. I swear to God, man, cut me loose on one.
I got neighbors.
You got neighbors a fucking virgin?
2. They ride their bikes. He's trying to do wheelies on this dirt bike.
Man.
You know what he's trying. You know what he's doing?
Yeah.
He was on my street. I was walking my dog. He's doing wheelies on his dirt bike. You know what I did? Took a pole right in the spokes.
Dude, anytime I see
Smashed his face.
a virgin on like just something with wheels,
Yeah.
you think you've earned that? You think you've earned the right to go fast?
You get on the tricycle.
You little bitch.
You need to get on that fucking like tricycle like the kid in The Shining.
Yeah, you get on. You're a virgin. You only ride tricycles.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
The kid in The Shining, you know that little thing he rides? That's what you ride.
That's every virgin's got to be on one of those. Put it in the fucking laws, dude.
yeah.
You're a virgin. You ride a tricycle.
Say that into the camera.
Hey, if you're a virgin, you ride a tricycle. You hear me? I see you on anything else, I will hurt you, man. All right? That's the way we live. That's how it is, brother. Was that okay?
Pussy. Punk ass bitch. And you better bust too. Raw. Cream pie.
For real, dude.
Cream pie.
For real, man.
No nutting on the belly. You cream pie.
Nutting on the belly is like so pathetic. Basically saying I'm sorry.
You know what it says to me? You can't shoot.
No, it always piddles out on the tum-tum.
Yeah.
Bro, if you come and it lands on the belly,
You need to hit clavicle.
you got no horsepower.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm clearing dome. Check your headboard.
Dude, that was the thing is like your wall in your apartment.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, that's a beautiful off-white paint job you have there.
Yeah.
Dude, that's my cum.
You said it's dented too.
Yeah. Dude. Pressure dents.
Max Velo, bro.
Looks like my surfboard, you know, those pressure dents like in the fiberglass. You do that to drywall with your cum.
Yeah, it looks like it's just been surfboard that got pounded at Chopu for a month. Should we answer some cues?
Yeah.
Gotten myself into a minor predict actually at your show at the Improv, and I was hoping you Stoke Sages could give me some advice. So I solo quested it out to your show and met what seemed to be some Stokers right before. So we ended up sitting together at the same table, and we were actually on the same tab as well. Well, one of them got absolutely throttled, if you remember, off of some liquor and probably something else, and his boy had to get him out of there before the show ended. Well, I had the guy text me on my phone right before they left and said they could Venmo me what they owed, which was a pretty sizable tab. You know, I had a couple Michelobes, keeping it light and tight, but they racked up a bill. Well, a couple days later now, no Venmo, no text, no nothing. So I wanted to get your guys' opinion on what you think I should do. Should I live and let die, or should I treat my money like my daughter and go Liam Neeson on these fuckers and track them down? I don't know. Just want your guys' opinion. Love the pod. Love you guys. Yep, deuces.
Like this guy a lot. Big ups on a beautifully articulated voicemail. And a real issue.
Yes. I think, dude, when he was talking to me, I was like, you treat money like you treat virgins. You find those dudes.
You find them and you beat them.
You find them and you beat them.
I'm with you, man. These guys, I don't know what has to happen, but they did you wrong. Like, they ran up a bill and then they had you pay it, and you've been a mensch throughout. I don't know. Do you have their names and stuff like that? I think we got to reach out direct. I think DM me their stuff. I don't know if I can help at all, but I'll try. I'll talk to these guys and be like, bro, hey, it's like if you're boys, you're my boy. These guys could be my boys. This isn't how boys act. Like, this would be like, if one of us was doing something shitty to one of the other guys, we'd reach out and be like, hey man, you got to make this thing better because we're all trying to hang, and it's killing the vibe. It's killing the Stoke vibe. These guys you gotta make it right. So yeah, thank you for reaching out. Let's make it better.
Yeah.
That's not cool.
No. Does he have their number? It sounds like he has their number. He should follow up.
He's got their numbers. I think he's got their name. So I think he should DM you and me their numbers, and I think we should text those guys and be like, yo,
pay up.
You're gonna pay up?
Yeah.
And then if they don't pay up after we've texted them, then we give their number to like Strider and Aaron, and then they'll text pay up, and then like it's just pay it forward. It just keeps going until like every day they've got like hundreds of people just texting them pay up.
Yeah. That's what's got to happen. Did you hear about political nipples?
Yes.
Yo, I was just looking at something that made me think of pot. So, Putin posted a picture of himself riding a horse shirtless.
You love that picture.
And it's got to make you think, like, how would you feel if we were seeing American politician nipples? And if so, whose nips would you want to see? And, like, what's your take on nips in the American political arena? If someone, like, from all the candidates running, whose nips are you trying to see? And do you think it's a good thing? I don't know.
Here's what I gotta say off the top.
Go.
I don't want a president with dinner plates. I can already see some people who I know would have dinner plate nips. Ted Cruz, Chris Christie, who are some liberals. For some reason, I think liberals don't have dinner plates.
You think they have really small nipples?
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I kind of get that.
Yeah.
I think that's what my brain does too.
Yeah.
That's right.
Why is that?
I don't know.
Interesting. Because I'm like, what are Buttigieg's nipples?
Like, you kind of think liberals have like weak nipples, and you kind of think like Republicans have like big, overbearing, kind of ugly nipples.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
I think that speaks to like the kind of stereotypical negative side of both parties.
Yeah.
That's fair. It's balanced.
It is balanced.
You know what's it's kicking up for me is that like it's speaking to the underlying issue we have right now in American politics. And that's that I don't want to see any of the front runners' nipples because they're all so old. And like all of our candidates and a lot of our political leadership is just way long in the tooth, way past the point of like optimal performance. And this is a good metric for revealing that I don't even want to see their nipples. Like, you know, go back not too far, Barack, George Bush, Clinton, I don't mind seeing their nipples. I'm not scared of seeing their nipples. Yeah. All of a sudden you start telling me I got to look at Biden or Trump's nipples. I'm like, oh, please don't do that to me. And it's not because maybe in their 40s they didn't have a nice looking chest. It's just that they're both in their 80s. And, you know, I saw my grandma naked one time, and when she was in her late 80s, and that was, you know, she's a great lady, but it wasn't what I wanted.
You know, Trump has a huge ass. Have you noticed that?
His composition's weird.
When peak Obama, I'm talking like 2006, he's a senator, that like speech he gave, maybe it's 2004.
Yeah, well, you're not a country of red states or of blue states, but the United States.
I made him sound like someone else there. Clinton? I could have done with seeing his nipples then.
Yeah.
JFK's nipples? Dude.
Serve them up.
Yeah.
I'm ready to eat.
Nixon's nipples.
Weird. I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, mean.
Taft had dinner plates.
Yeah, he was a big boy.
Yeah.
He was a big boy.
Yeah.
He couldn't stop eating.
Dude, I bet Lincoln had nice nipples.
Hairy.
Yeah.
Like he's one of those guys who doesn't have chest hair everywhere, but like around the nipples is super hairy.
Should we move into beefs and babes?
Yeah, Chad, what's your beef of the week?
Dude, my beef of the week is bus lanes, dude. What the hell are bus lanes? You know, every time I drive around LA, now I turn into something and they're like, that's a bus lane. And I'm like, how about it just stays a lane? Like, I get it. You don't want to clog up the bus. But when the bus isn't in there, can I drive in there? No? Like, why is this lane only for buses? Pissed me off.
Bro, I got nothing. I'm with you though.
Yeah.
But I got nothing.
I don't either. Every time I pull in, I'm just confused. I'm like, what? What?
Well, you do have a lot of those in Culver.
Yeah.
Because like over by the city council there, they have that one entire lane.
It's an entire lane.
That's just a bus lane.
Yeah.
That's a weird one. That one does always trip me up because I'm like, couldn't I just go down this thing? And then you're on the left side of the road and then you got to make a right turn and you're like, am I allowed to cross
it's crazy.
the bus lane?
It's insane.
Yeah, it's a goofy design there.
And that's what started my beef. That particular one.
Yeah, because I didn't get it, and then when I thought about that one, I was like, that thing it's upset me in the couple times I've been down there.
We should actually go to the council and talk about that.
Yeah, and not even like be in character and just be like, hey guys, this thing's crazy out here. Can you fix this?
What are you doing with this bus lane?
Yeah, not even making a big dramatic speech. Just like, hey, you gotta fix this, all right? Like, come on.
This bus lane is insane.
It's kind of stupid.
What's your beef?
My beef of the week is, I already did part of it. Look, I don't want to go too hard on the Barbie movie because like I saw Oppenheimer and it was good and it was competent, but I don't think it was very memorable. Like I don't think there was a scene that I'm like, oh, I'm gonna remember that scene for a long time. To me, it was incredible that he put so many scenes into a movie and he made it all work. It was like a big accomplishment, but I don't feel like it was like it didn't impact me or I wasn't like moved by it really.
Yeah.
And then Barbie though did move me, but it kind of like upset me. I don't know why. Maybe because it's made so much money that I know it's going to kind of inform like the next batch of movies for a while because they're going to be like, oh, we got to do what they did. And then like I'd already talked about how like I don't like it's a toy thing. But then I was thinking about that. I was like, look, there's always been an uncomfortable intersection between like commerce and art. Like if you read about Leonardo da Vinci or something, it's like all of his art was paid for by, rich dudes basically, by patrons. Yeah. So that's just how it goes. But we're in this weird point where like these movies try to like critique capitalism, but they're still being made by a toy company and they're still trying to make money off of that critique. Mm-hmm. And so like we kind of like, we do this thing where we like wink like at like, oh, isn't it funny that everything just gets eaten up by capitalism and we're doing that? And isn't that soulless? And then we all laugh and I'm like, it's really sad and dispiriting. And so it's not even the Barbie movie. It's just the entire nature of satire in a capitalistic framework where whatever you're satirizing, you just get swallowed up into it. And this is an old point. It's like punk rock music. It's like counterculture. Sooner or later, that just gets swallowed up into the machine, and you can't really beat it. I think there was like a philosopher, Marcuse, who said you can't be a critic of capitalism from within it. And that bums me out because I do try to think of a way you could do it, and there really isn't a way to do it because at some point, you're going to get swallowed up by it. You got to make money. You want to do the things you want to do, and it's tough to really poke holes in it when you want that second house.
Yeah.
And that's my beef.
It's good beef.
Chad, who's your babe of the week?
Dude, we've touched on this too. Owen Wilson. Just a delightful guy to watch on screen. Just, we went to see Haunted Mansion. I don't want to see Barbie, so... And I was like, babe, because my girlfriend and I, we watched the original Haunted Mansion with Eddie Murphy.
Sure.
Like a year ago.
Which is pretty progressive.
Dude, yeah.
Because he's the bad guy's this old ass white dude, and his wife from like 300 years ago was a black chick.
Yeah.
And so he's the bad guy, but you're also like, I know he's kind of ahead of the times on some fronts.
Dude, I can't believe you remembered that.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
I had a ex who was like, she's big on the Disney front. So.
Oh really?
Yeah. I never told her the truth.
Yeah.
Never told her the truth. I was real easy on her about that shit. I was fucking losing my mind, bro. I was like, what are we doing?
Moana again?
I was like, I do like Moana, but like, she would throw like, yeah, that one. I mean, I was like, it was because she had friends with her too, and they were all like, that was the best. And I was like, yeah, it was a good movie. I gotta get out of here. Yeah. I'll see you tomorrow. All right, sorry, you're cooking.
Anyways, I just love Owen Wilson. He's just delightful. That's
he's real charming. Dude, there's this movie you gotta check out that he's like, I remember I watched it when I was young, like maybe like 19. And dude, he is like so chill in this movie. Like just the coolest dude ever. The Big Bounce.
Oh, I've seen The Big Bounce.
Have you seen that?
Yeah, I love The Big Bounce. Who's that? Is Molly Sims?
Yeah, I think so. Dude, he's just the man in that movie. He's so cool.
He's like this like sun-kissed beach guy who just stumbles into money or something.
Yeah, he's like a con man.
Yeah.
And he's getting worked, but he's also working some angles. I think it's an Elmore Leonard book. He's like my favorite. And he's just like, so it's real like cool, unassuming, but like the man dialogue. And he just is like,
yeah.
Every time I watch him, I'm just like, dude, I just want to hang out with this guy and be like him.
And then like just watch him and you're like, dude, he's definitely plowing Molly Sims.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I really, I think about it and I pray and I just want him to do it.
Make sure you bust inside though.
Do it right, Owen. Everyone's got to get held to the same standard. Dude, my babe of the week is do you know what? I want to give it to this is a sad one. I want to give it to Angus Cloud, the actor from Euphoria.
Mm-hmm.
He's really good on that show. He had a great, performance style. He really stuck out. He was a drug dealer with a heart of gold. Those characters always resonate. And I really loved watching him, and I think he had a bright career in front of him. I guess he took his own life, and he's so young. And it's really tough when someone's got it from a distance. It looks like they really got it going on, and then they take that route. Just a bummer, man. But I really liked watching him. He was fucking great on that show. And yeah, you're my babe of the week. I hope your family's good, dude.
It's like a week after his dad passed, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's sad.
Chad, who's your legend of the week?
Well, we touched on this earlier too, but it's from that flat earther. What do you think of this? What do you think of space? Oh, he breathes into the camera.
Get into it.
So what do you think of space? There is no space, bro. What do you think's up there? Water. What, like H2O? H3O. Real thick, impenetrable. No one's been up there. You can't go past 73 miles.
I like that, like, he's always... The cool thing about that is that, like, no matter what someone says, you can always correct them.
Yeah.
Because you're kind of just making up answers.
Yeah.
So you can just go forever, which is awesome.
Yeah. It's so funny.
It's like, can't go past 73 miles. Someone's like, well, what if you use, like, a penetrative supersonic force? Those don't work. Has to be hypersonic. Nice try.
Dude, another funny part was, like, he's like, someone's like, do people come at you with the arguments, like, about the curvature of the Earth if you're a pilot? He's like, yeah, the curvature of the Earth? Yeah, I heard that one. Yeah, it's an optical illusion.
Dude, next week, you should just come on as a guest as him on the pod, and I'll interview you.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
I'll just study him.
Yeah, just get him down.
I'm going to follow him right now.
Dude, I have another... this one's a little sad, but I hope it's also uplifting. I'm going with a wrestler. My legend of the week is Eddie Guerrero. I mentioned it earlier. He's such a great figure in wrestling. He was kind of undersized to be a main eventer in the WWF, but like JR said, he wrestled bigger than his size, and man, did he ever. He had so much passion. He wrestled with his whole heart. He could be a good guy. He could be a bad guy. He gave you the whole spectrum of human emotion. He was a great athlete, beloved in the locker room, and has a ton of great matches that you can watch on YouTube. But he has this thing that I love the most. He has this monologue that he does to Brock Lesnar before he wrestles for the title. Now, this was a long road for him. He got into a car accident. He got addicted to pills so he could come back sooner and wrestle. His addiction got really bad. He had to go to rehab. And then he clawed his way back, got back to main event status, and now he's going for the title. And he gives this monologue to Brock Lesnar, dude, where Brock Lesnar's like, yeah, I hope you're an addict. You're addicted to losing. You want us all to feel bad for you, but us hard workers don't care. And I'm gonna show that when I beat your ass in No Way Out. And then Eddie Guerrero's like, you wanna tell the truth, bro? You wanna tell the whole truth? Orale, fool. Well, let's go, like we say, all the way with it. And dude, he gets so real. I think it's the greatest monologue in history. He gets so real and passionate with it. He's like, when they carried me out of that locker room and brought me to rehab, I disgraced my race, I disgraced my family, and I disgraced myself. But now I'm back, son, because I'm addicted to the live and die of the moment. I'm addicted to the rush that crowd gives me. I'm addicted to the feeling I get when it's all on the line and I got everything to lose. I'm kind of mangling some lines, but bro, it's so heartfelt and spirited. And by the end of it, I'm just like sobbing. It's like the best thing I've ever heard. If you're ever feeling down, listen to it. He had kind of a tragic end. He died a year later because I think he just had too much wear and tear on his heart. But he lived a beautiful, vibrant life, and it's all in that 6 minutes. It's just like Brock Lesnar plays it so beautifully because he's gigantic. Like Brock Lesnar looks as big as all the problems Eddie's been facing, and he looks like he shouldn't be afraid of anything. But as Eddie starts really cooking in the speech, they cut to Brock, And Brock like shows fear. He's like, dude, I'm dealing with more than a man right now. I'm dealing with like a purpose. I'm dealing with like someone who's got like history and recovery and straight. It's like I mean, I'm not fighting a man right now. I'm fighting like the whole world that's inside of him. And he plays that fear in his eyes. And like when you watch it, you're just so inspired. You're like, that's all of us. Like that could be us. And it really just jacks me up.
That's awesome. What do you search to see that?
Just Eddie Guerrero, and then listen to the one that has music behind it because it jacks it up. Thanks for asking, man. That's really nice. Chad, what's your quote of the week?
My phrase of the week?
Oh, or quote of the week, right?
I just did quote.
Do we do legend?
Oh, we didn't do...
Chad skipped legend, yeah.
Oh, you asked my legend, I did my quote?
Yeah.
That's sick, dude. That makes you
awesome.
a legend, bro.
My legend is my dad. I went to see my dad. So he's always been on my case about golfing. He's like, you got to be a golfer. I want you to be a golfer. And I was always resistant. I don't like being told what to do. I don't like being told to tuck my shirt in. I don't like being told not to wear my hat in the clubhouse, all that stuff. And I always, to be honest, I always thought it was kind of lame. It's like kind of boring, mental game. I want to do extreme stuff. I want to feel adrenaline. Now I wanted to go see him, and he's like, I'm setting you up putting you in a foursome with these three guys. They're serious golfers. And I was like, I don't want to do that. But I have this thing.
He
I'm
punked
like,
you a little bit.
yeah. If I have this thing, I'm like, you know, if it makes my dad happy, I'll do it.
It's nice.
So I did it, and I loved it.
You had a good time?
I had a good time.
Bro, way to make the best of it, bro.
They were good dudes. And after that, I was like, I like golf. I want to golf more. I want to get good at golf. And I haven't golfed since, but I've been meaning to.
That's huge, dude. Just that intention.
I've been texting. I'm like,
you're putting out feelers.
Yeah,
bro.
We should golf.
90%. I'm super down. Anytime. Yeah. Anytime. Aaron.
Anytime doesn't work, but
yeah, I know it doesn't work, man. But you got a time it would work.
I would like to. Yes.
All right, there we go, bro. Fuck, man.
Aaron.
Fuck, dude. Dude, my quote of the week?
Yes.
It might be my favorite quote of all time. Forgive the hyperbole that runs through me. But I was watching this audio engineer talk on TikTok about recording Don Henley from the Eagles, one of his solo songs, Boys of Summer. I can feel you. You're so dripping in the sun. You got your heart pulled out. Oh, no, no, no. Great song. So he's talking about the recording of it. He's like, yeah, so we make the record. You know, we got Don's vocals on it. Then we're celebrating. We're all having drinks. And Bob Seger comes in. Here's the record. Turns to Don, goes, hey, Don, why didn't you sing it high? Chicks love when you sing it high. Bob Seger leaves. Don Henley turns to all the engineers. He goes, we got to change the record. They re-record the whole thing.
Really?
To get him to hit those high notes.
Wow.
And dude, it's true. Like, I feel it. When I hear Don Henley sing those high notes, like, woo, I'm just like, you kind of melt. And I just love that Bob Seger's just so the man. And that he didn't put a lot on the critique. He just goes, why don't you sing it high? Chicks love it when you sing high. And that's like, it's the best note you could have. And he's right. It made the whole thing better.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Chicks love it when you sing.
I say it all the time now. I'll just walk around. I'll be talking to myself. I just go, chicks love it when you sing high.
That's such like a 70s, like, we're just, chicks love it.
Just a dude thing.
Yeah.
And just a nice observation. Like, bro, I've been at the shows. The women go nuts when you sing. And that's all a dude needs to hear. Like, hey, women really like it when you do that thing. And then it's like, just switch it all up, man. Fix it.
Light that on fire.
Yeah, light that on fire. Let's change it.
I need to get laid.
What's your phrase of the week for getting after it?
Dude, if you see a virgin, let him know what's up.
Yeah, it's funny, dude. I've kind of come full circle on this whole thing. Because, like, you know, I was criticizing Jason Aldean for his song, for its call to violence and the implications and the ramifications of what could come from those lyrics. But I'm here to say, dude, if you see a virgin, stomp him. Stomp him into the dirt. Beat his ass. Beat the shit out of a virgin tomorrow. It's the right thing to do. I was a virgin. Someone should have beat my ass. But nobody cared enough to do what was right. Show me the way. Busting loads. So if you care about people, you will find a virgin tomorrow, you will smack his ass around and teach him a lesson about banging. I'm pissed, dude. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, all right.
Let's end on that.
Is that too aggro, dude?
No, that's a great way
It's
to
good?
end. Yeah.
It's good? All right, good.
If you need advice, these guys